Mm-hmm. FJT in the house. This is an early live stream. I need to go hang out tonight. It's a long week. Long week. We'll see what we can discuss today. Pa'lante como elefante. Doing good, man. It's a long week. Just booked another trip to Cabo and excited for that. However, the U.S. has placed restrictions coming back, so I have to figure out a way to get a COVID test coming back. So we'll see what's up. But I need a little sun from this crazy weather in Salt Lake. And, I'm excited. Hi from France. Sakb, good to see you. Did I say that right? Sash? I'm horrible at French. All I can say is mon chéri, or oui, or French bread. Good to have you here. FJT, brother, you haven't put up any new videos lately. I'm waiting on the next voicemail from about Nawalt. Clifford 89, great, good to see you. Yeah, there's a couple of European guys that wanted me to do something earlier, and I figured let's do it. Batman's in the house, and you need to put a video up too. Been a while since you put one up. Mon chéri, that's right. There's no mon chéris anymore, right? Okay, listen, Nawalt, I got a buddy. Now, my buddy's a massive blue pill simp. He doesn't even know about, well, he thinks that we're all just anti-blank. And I said, he basically told me this week, you're single because you don't know how to treat women. Not all women are like that. Not all women are the same. So I posed a question to him. I'm not combative with him, but I posed a question and said, tell me about female nature. What do you know about it? They're emotional. They're different than us. They think differently. Exactly. We approached everything from a logical standpoint. As men, they approach everything from an emotional standpoint. How long has this been a topic of discussion within the pill community? Men are logical, women are emotional. Not all women are like that. Yes, they are, to some extent. They contribute to female nature. Female nature has components of hypergamy, components of emotional hurricanes, hormonal components that are completely different than men. Anyhow, I went back and forth for literally 30 minutes with him. Nope. And he was defending her versus the man. I mean, this guy would choose the side of a woman quicker than he'd choose the side of a man. I thought I was talking to his wife when I was talking to him. But anyhow, hey, Darley Lambert, salute to Canada. Salute the Queen, right? My father-in-law was from Calgary, but he died. Good dude. Matt Downer, they don't cook or clean yet. Our money's spent. Not anymore, they don't. Johnny Kramer, also known as Timmy. Follow the money. All women wind up broke. Listen to Timmy Kramer, forever bachelor, guys. Yeah, and he is a white knight. It's funny. He kept saying that I'm anti, I'm negative, I'm a hater. And I said, I don't hate women. Women are beautiful to me, but I know what's behind the beauty. I know what happens at night. I know where their heart lies. I know what attention is. Now, what's interesting is my buddy married a gal. I'm going to throw it out there. He's gained about 80 pounds. His stomach looks like a ski slope. He hasn't taken care of himself, but he believes that since they're married, he doesn't need to take care of himself. Now, his wife's got 2 kids, under the ages of 10. And his wife's now working out a ton. She's working out a ton because the youngest is like 4 years old, right? She's working out a ton. He's not working out. So I'm thinking to myself, why is she working out if she's in this real happy marriage and they eat all day long? Well, guess what's happening? She's 42. He's 48. And I tell you what, I told my other friend this, we're a trifecta. She's going to test the waters. She is not happy with him. She's not in love with him. She doesn't find him attractive. He's too heavy. She is ready to monkey branch. There's no reason she's getting massively in shape. And she hasn't put out for 2 years. All right, Batman. He was conditioned to the point that what we say is weird to him. He needs to, unfortunately, go through some shizzle with his wife. Absolutely. But I tell you what, his mother raised him. His dad was his dad always wanted to be a friend. I know his dad quite well. And his mother raised him. His mother was the strong one. His dad was like, hey, just want to be friends. And he attributes that to his mother. So there is something about how you're brought up. Now, my dad was a massive chauvinist, Archie Bunker, if you know who he was. And they're still together. My mother literally respected my dad. Now, my dad was a dick half the time, but he was tough on his boys. And I'm in the situation I am because of my dad. And I'm making my boys exactly how I am. Probably less as brutish, but, making them work, making them struggle and suffer like I did. Yes, WPM, wow, 2 years. He told me with the last 2 years, he has not been able to throw down. She claims it hurts her. Well, they make surgeries and all sorts of things for that. But you finish the sentence, right? She ain't into him. She's not into him, or she would be into him, right? Zach AB, Rebel, why all the exes I had emotional connection and great SCX always come back? They always come back. It's as simple as that. Ask Timmy Kramer. Ask FJT, Matt Downer, Batman. They all come back. A gal you dated, I got to tell you this story. Matt Downer, I avoided myself from making friends with a woman. Yeah, I'm not friends with women. Women are one thing for me. Good to see you, John Boston in the house. Josh M. Johnny Kramer, I like a pirate. I think like a pirate in life when it comes to women. You know what I think about pirates? Pillage. And they're badasses. And you know what they were called? What do they call the women in that Pirates of the Caribbean? Wenches. The pirates call women wenches. That's what they were used for. I'm not making that up. That's history. Josh, it doesn't hurt her to work out and look for Chad at the gym. No, I'm telling you. I try to explain to my buddy, look, you don't want to be going through what I went through. You don't want to go through a divorce. You don't want to break up. You don't want your kids going back and forth. Trust me, you got to game your wife. Play dread game, get her to respect you again. Obviously, we know that's not coming back, but I'm trying to give him some hints. Maybe he has a 2% chance that she's going to hook, line, and sinker and get back in line, but I doubt it because he's such a simp. He's actually a white knight. I don't even think he's a white knight. He's an incandescent white knight. I mean, he believes she can do no wrong. You know? I go, she's not even taking care of the marriage contract, which is to have relations. But he gets mad at me and says, there's not, what does he say? That's not all there is to marriage. I go, yes, there is. If you're not laying down at night, yes, there is. There is a reason why our bodies were made differently. Yeah, 2 years. It's probably longer than that. I double it. Clifford 89, she cheating already. That's what we think. Or she's got somebody in her ear. This is female nature, guys. If your lady starts getting in shape, wearing different clothes, working out, dressing different, acting different. She's testing the waters, or the waters are being ridden in a different canoe. Let's be real. Divorce is the death of everyone in the family, 100%. Ask John Boston what he went through. Very similar to mine. Official CPA, what up, Brad? What's some advice can you give on feeling lonely during these times of COVID, not having a rotation of women to talk to? Jim, if it's open, if it's not open, get your ass out and start push-ups or pull-ups. Get out. Get out of the house, walk around, go to the grocery store, walk around for 30 minutes. Who cares if you got a mask on? Read a good book. Start writing your intentions down. Get a blank piece of paper and intend on what you want your life to be. I intend that next year I visit Thailand. I intend that I increase my income by twofold. Start putting things, very simple steps. Simple steps. And we're all in this situation because, this shit's closed down, right? You got it. Keep watching your red pills. Keep getting smart. Keep learning. That's all we got. We're all in the same boat, right? If you got good weather where you're at, start riding a bike, and just move yourself, move that energy. You don't have to go and create, a huge company, but start doing little stuff. And I guarantee if those little things add up and you'll feel better about yourself. But loneliness is a skill, overcoming that. Being alone is one thing, but overcoming loneliness is a completely different thing. Reverend 20 Peace, good afternoon, my friend. Look at Timmy Kramer, barbecue and steak tonight. Of course you are. Top sirloin, what you got? Filet mignon? He's going to have tears running down his eyes soon. You know what he told me? Now remember, he's my Nawalt title. He told me when my wife decided she didn't want to be married, that I should get on my knees and beg her, that I should get her flowers. I should do everything possible. He literally thought I should be her puppy dog. Can you believe that? That's what they think. Get on your knees, beg her that you love her. Tell her. They don't believe that crap. Don't quit, persevere. Good to see you. At Medieval Times Restaurant, we had an 8th grade trip back in the 90s. We called the servers wenches. We laughed so hard. I think that's what they're called, wenches. Look it up. Pirates of the Caribbean. I remember when I went through that with my son, there's part of the song that calls them wenches. El Menani Abdella. I hope I said that right. Hello from Morocco, Africa, representing. Good to hear you. Casablanca, right? Is that Morocco? I heard it's beautiful. I'd love to go there. New York strip, always. What'd you marinate it in? Pepper, salt, olive oil? That's typically how I do my steaks. Reverend in the house. Good. But anyhow, he believes that this MGTOW and Crimson Capsule movement is wrong, and that we don't respect women, and that's why they don't respect us. And I told him it's the other way around, my friend. Men are so easy. Dr. Laura, that talk show host, even says that. Men are easy. Give them what they need. Affection and food and appreciation. You'll get everything you want. It's the simplest formula. Why do they veer from the formula? Because they want to be in control. Let's go back 10,000 years. That caveman that went out and slayed that sloth or whatever, dinosaur, bison, worked his ass off to wrestle that mofo down. There was no guns back then. Carried that sun bear probably 10 miles back to the tribe, and that woman respected him, we think. And he nailed her for the next 3 days. They ate like kings, and then he went out for another week till they starved. 2 things were happening there. She respected what he could do, protect, and provide. And he got what he needed from her. That's how it worked. She took care of the kids and gave him affection and opened up the peace leaf. It's not hard, guys. But yet we're completely flip-flopped. How to increase attraction with a woman? Remove all of your attention. Do not give them attention. They will get turned on. I have, the same guy, he's asking me, you go out with these girls, you hit and quit. Absolutely. You treat them like crap. Absolutely. You know, I don't treat them like crap. I say things like this. I might not always be right, but I'm never wrong. I'll say things like, you look young in person. They say it's a compliment. I say it's not a compliment. It's an observation. Never give them compliments and remove all of your attention. That's how you maintain attraction, Sakebi. Send me an email. I'll explain what else you can do. I went to a medieval type restaurant. Yep. You know, I've never yet been to one of those medieval times yet. I got to go. I think there's one in Vegas. Official CPA. Your videos help me a lot. Hey, I want to help as many brothers as I can, man. That's why I do it. I don't monetize this crap. It's all about what can we do to be better? What can we do so that you don't end up like a couple buddies of mine that aren't living anymore? And if I can help anyone, I mean, youngsters to older to guys my age that are going through it, I know what it's like. We stick together. Right now, I met a Guatemalan cougar and I'm learning Spanish. Well, get in and get out. Good for you. It's okay to be with women, but understand long-term relationships, marriages, cohabitation, and kids is off the table. Understand what's behind the nature. Act like a caveman. Act like a caveman. You're in and out. And if you have that mentality, a woman will never knock you off your game. Once you translate dopamine into some loving emotion, which we all have done, I did it, I was guilty of it, that's when we lose, right? That's just dopamine. There's no such thing as love. There's love for children and pets and parents. Love for women, men. I believe men can love women, but it's not reciprocal. But if love existed, how come how come the guys that are divorced aren't still married? How come they divorced us? You know, they all believe in love, but they don't. It's just a chemical reaction. It's in the moment. Take 1 minute at a time. But know what's behind that, the psyche of what you're getting into. Hypergamy, unhappiness, emotional hurricanes. You can't make them happy. You can't pacify them. You can't fix them. You can't even speak logically to them. The manosphere is going to be absolutely 100% Timmy. Women always want control, even in the most money. Yeah, that's what my attorney said. They all want to be men too. Good. Put that video up, Batman. Wind. Good to see you. They're going to have to abduct me. Clifford 89. Heard Nawalt so many times since dating. After my LTR finished, all modern women have red flags, aren't predictable since eating the red pill. Yes. MGTOW Life's in the house. Good to see you, brother. They keep, listen, if your comments end up and they're gone, it's not me. It's YouTube. And I've seen probably 3 out of the last 6 comments from MGTOW Life get deleted. I don't know what it is. Maybe they got a spotlight on you or something. What is the real state of mind of a promiscuous woman? Attention. Promiscuous woman can't pair bond either. They've been run through more times in the Holland Tunnel. They cannot pair bond. They're horrible. Stay away. They're good for one thing. And they're sketchy and risky, if that. A woman that has more than 2 partners is unable to pair bond. And I see it all the time. Stay away. And it's so true. Get them when they're young. But even the gals that are young now, they've had 15 partners by the age of 16. When a woman you marry and you have kids and then that persevere, what have you done for me lately? And there's a song about that by Janet Jackson, right? Timmy Kramer, I love to ask a woman, how many times have you been married? I'm seeing 2 and 3 times now. Yeah. A 34-year-old is married 3 times. What's that tell you? Quitter, not committal, gives up, disrespects. She disrespects the institution of marriage. Thanks, McDull Life, brother. They all repeat the same patterns. A woman that's 5 years old to 85 is the same woman. Just one has firmer and one has saggier. What age do you think women hit the wall with Clifford? Well, it's earlier and earlier. I saw a 40-year-old that looked like she was 55. Cyber zoning, definitely no marriage contracts. No way. John Boston, women today are run through more than the Holland Tunnel, Lincoln Tunnel combined. Damn right. That was a pain in the ass when I flew to New York, going through that tunnel, getting to the city. Oh my! It was $150 just in a cab ride. Let's see. Darley says it starts in high school. We've all seen it lately, and I think it's starting earlier. I remember when my daughter turned 11 and 12 is when I started seeing clicks, and these women were they were forming much earlier than I ever remembered. In fact, I have to drop my son off. He's a sophomore at high school, and I wait for him when I have to pick him up at 2:20, and I see these senior gals. I don't know if they're 25 or 16. That's what they look like. They have hair extensions now. They wear yoga pants. They're endowed quite heavily. Maybe it's because of the milk or the hormones and chicken or whatnot, but these girls do not look like their age. So if you have boys or you're picking up someone, or if you have daughters, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look at their role models. Look at that Jenner gal. What is she, 19? She's got implants in every part of her body, lips, butts, hips. It's crazy. It's starting earlier and earlier. Your ex is the poster child of disrespect. Well, then I'm going to have to add mine to that poster, because mine is too. Yep, Timmy got booted from YouTube. They're now going after users. So keep your comments tame, or put an emoji like Coleman does. He always puts 100%. But they'll probably delete that too. I mean, the purge is coming, guys. Especially when Zayden gets in. Reverend, I'm 44. When you get my age, it's just easier and more peaceful not to deal with this shizzle. Yep. I'm 48. I think Timmy's 51, 52. John's the same age. Guys, someone was asking me, don't you think there's a great gal for you? My dad was asking. I said, Dad, I really appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm in the best shape than I've ever been. I got no stress. My whole purpose is to stack money and get my boy through. And I said, let me just explain to you, the 20 to 25-year-olds, no, I can't connect with them. God, they're the same age as my daughter. They're in it for one thing. You have no relationship. 25 to 32, now they have 2 kids. They're probably divorced. They still think they're 16. 32 to 37, now they have 3 kids, potentially in Utah, 4, with the 15-year-old or a 14-year-old. They start young, 18, 19. They've got divorces. They got baby daddies. Now you're dealing with a 2-year-old crybaby. 37 to 42. Now they got teenagers in high school. They're whacked out too. They still think they're 18. You got 42 to 45. Hormones. Anything after 40, guys, it's all menopause. And turkey neck, just like Greg Adams talks about. Timmy's 55. No way, bro. MGTOW Life, happy birthday. 49, brother. 49. I'll be 49 this year. We're the same age. Same 72. Timmy Kramer, he don't look 55. You know why he doesn't look 55? He never got married. There you go. Yeah, they're booting people off for saying anything against Zayden. Not Biden, Zayden. XI. Clifford 89, relationships are dead. I would agree. I would say 1% make it. And that's putting it in a very conservative level. FJT, I can't answer that question. Can't answer that. But I won't deny or confirm. But I was very cautious when I dealt with any woman on the street in Colombia, but they're beautiful. Sound engineer, I did this for you, my buddy. I think you're in you're out there in the Eastern Europe area. I know that. We're helping everybody else, man. Illy gilly. A lot of lube with these old ladies. Yep. You just don't even deal with them. They all have menopause issues. You guys, if you know anything about menopause, you think the emotional hurricanes are one thing? Wait till you start dealing with women that have menopause. My primary goal is devoid of all emotions, and I've pretty much attained it. I'd advise you brothers to do the same. I'll be 46 in about a week and a half. Well, happy birthday to you, Matt. Coming up. It's great. January 74. My sister's 74. Good to see you too, brother. 53 here. John Boston. It's all right. 53 is like getting a Ford F-150 that's got 60,000 miles on it versus 53, a lady that's got a Ford or a Ford Escort that's got 800,000 miles on it. We're just starting, man. We're just starting. Do you believe that women can take your energy while you have S with them? Well, they're going to take physical energy, but just be like an animal. Just purely physical. Don't give them any emotion. Remember that emotion is just a chemical reaction within your gut. That's all it is. You get the same emotion eating a great burger. All right. He's in Palm Springs, 86 degrees. Dang, man. It's like 42 here. Yep. Oh, Ukraine. See, I thought it was over there. Sound engineering is in Ukraine. Do they really drink vodka like all the time? At lunch, dinner, in the evening, and they're very good at how they handle their vodka. I watched a documentary on Russian vodka and vodka out there in that area, the Ukraine. Let us know. Young boy Jason, a rebel against video day, keeps simply behavior away. Thanks, brother. Keep watching. Do not follow what us old guys have followed. Let's see, John Boston, I have told 2 women need to compliment my life. How would you do that? Like the Genesis song. Phil Collins, no reply at all. Of course, because they believe they're on the pedestal. No, they're not. We're the prize. You have to have that mentality. You are the prize. You're on the pedestal. What's menopause? Men on pause. Literally. Menopause is any woman it starts literally like 37. Perimenopause, and it just basically menopause is when the eggs die. And they turn into massive cat ladies. Oh, originally from Turkey. Good. I heard Turkish women are very beautiful. I've been a weightlifter since I was 15. There you go, man. Lifting weights. I lift weights all the time, 4 days a week. Just lifted today. Just keep moving heavy stuff. If Richard Cooper said one thing, lift heavy shit. That'll keep you young, to keep that testosterone. Like Timmy Kramer looks like he's 40. You roll down the highway, you and about 39 Harleys. Any T flags on that? They go nuts in menopause. Damn right they do. They're crazy. Absolutely. If you asked a gal in menopause 2 + 2, you might get 48. Yep, they are definitely eliminating those that do not follow white knight behavior, John. Can you imagine? Do you know how Rome fell outside of the promiscuous behavior of the men with other men? But a woman took over. Again, emotional brain versus logical brain. I'm sorry. That's the reality. You call yourself the broke, bald bastard. Good. I tell these gals that when I go out, which is, maybe once a month, God, you're such an asshole. You know who texts me the next day? You know who texts me all day long? Yeah. They love jerks. And you just be stoic, and you just don't act like don't treat them like princesses. Treat them like you know what? If you're going to go on a date, act like you're better. It's simple as that. They're going to want to always attain your attention. If you act like you're better, you're not giving them attention. You're giving yourself attention. Simple as that. Dating advice. It's all it is. Don't be a simp. Don't be a white knight. Be Fonzie. If you guys know who Fonzie is. The majority of the Turkish women, hold on, is 20, mental pause, I love that. Chris, 1011, I love that. Is 20 a good age to take a red pill? Are you kidding me? Damn, dude, you have a amazing life ahead of you. If I was 20, I would not be in the situation I was. You have an amazing life ahead. Oh, good for you, man. You stay on it and you don't listen to any other 20, 25-year-old, 40-year-old simp that says you, or uncle that says you should get married. You listen to the boys in this forum. You stack money, you stack your muscles, and you hit and quit. The majority of Turkish women are already same as Western. They are a flood of SJWs. Interesting. I would agree with that because of technology. It's literally flattened the thinking. It's flattened how people are viewing life. They've got access to YouTube, articles, TV shows. Yeah, you're seeing it. That's why frame doesn't last. There is no such thing as frame. The only frame I got is my bed frame. Yeah, listen to MGTOW Live, young boy Jason. Yep, Parler is out of business. I could not believe that. Guys, we are in a historical moment that I have never been in the United States. And I'm concerned about next week. Optimistic, pessimistic. There's a lot of upset people. Let's just put it like that. We know what happened on November 3rd. Yep. Look at John Boss. If I was 20, I wouldn't be thinking of women. I would be buying up rental real estate. My boy turns 20 this year. And he's been listening to, he's been being taught by his dad. He's going to go in the military. He wants to go in the military now. He's not putting a woman ahead of him. However, when I'm not with him, he can be bamboozled. Women are smart. They are so smart. They know exactly how to get a man enticed. Women online dating aren't worth your time. Nope. I ghosted a chick on Tinder yesterday. Found out I did massage on the side and had a body count over 100, and she thought nothing was wrong. Wait, she did massage. Yeah, body count. She can't pair bond. She's damaged goods. I mean, that gal is basically a car with a salvage title. Official CPA, 20 right now, but with all this red pill, I would be a fool to make. Yep, dude, just listen to us. I'm telling you, we're not here because we have some agenda to be better than anybody. We're here to let others know. I have friends that took themselves out of this mortal coil due to a marriage, due to the broken heart. Heartbreak's real, man. It affects men. Very difficult. And we're trying to explain that behind all the makeup and the beauty, and they're beautiful. If you don't find a woman beautiful, you got problems. But you have to understand what's behind that beauty. What's behind here. What they're really after. You got to understand, attention is their currency. If they don't get it from you, they'll get it from you. But then they'll get more from another, and then they bounce. Where does that leave you? This is real stuff. This is life-saving information. Big John was very instrumental in my awakening. And he's still out there. He's under the prepared mind. John Boston, you're holding frame with soap. Good for you, man. Because that soap, hey guys, just hold frame, man. Just hold frame, man. You'll keep her in line. 100% MGTOW life. There's no such thing as an honest election anymore. It's over. How to smash Jedi Dark Force, how to smash the married gals. I wouldn't do it. You know what? Behind that gal, there's a dude that's married to her. The risk involved, I wouldn't touch it. Stay away from any married woman. You do not want to be that guy. There's plenty of non-married divorcees that you can hit all day long. This is, listen. Look at Timmy. Listen to MGTOW Live, John Boston. This is life change. This information and this brotherhood will save your life. And when you feel alone or lonely, you get on YouTube and you start listening to videos. This is how we make it. We help one another. Yeah, MGTOW Live, same with me, man. I would watch his videos all day long. And it's basically reinforced female nature. And I wasn't alone. I thought I was alone. I thought I was the problem, but I wasn't. Thousands of other men, same boat. MGTOW Cowboy, good to see you. My 21-year-old friend just got fired last week. He didn't understand the social landscape, but too late. It's very hard to red pill people. You just have to ask questions. Why do these women, why are they always in their phone? Why don't they just, how come they have so many people that send them messages? How come there's no loyalty? Ask little stuff like that. It's not worth smashing married chicks. Exactly. You do not want to be that dude when that ex-husband or that husband finds out. That's how a lot of prison sentences happen. It's so easy today to see how women have a box of baloney ponies in their phone and put you on deck. Oh, yeah, man. Come on. Yep. It is absolutely true. Listen to Freaky Jersey. Let's help this young guy out. Yep. If I gave any advice, stay away from married women. I mean, your life literally is in danger. Mr. Yamabito. Hello, Rad. Hello. Hello, brother. And that's why we do this. I mean, I have sat next to my wife at the time in a family court after 18, 19 years married in front of a woman judge and a woman attorney, and mine was a redheaded Irish attorney. And the anxiety and the level that you maintain and deal with is something I would never, and I'm pretty strong. I grew up in a very strong masculine frame household. My dad was a tough dude. He kicked our ass. And I was still nervous. Do you know how quick, if they don't like you, your life is over? That's why you get the best attorney. In fact, stay away from attorneys by not getting married or living with them. This is real shit, guys. Ask Timmy. Ask Timmy. All of his friends. Ask John Boston. Ask MGTOW Life. He had a living girlfriend. Basically married. You stay the hell out of court by not getting married, not cohabitating, gloving up, having video text messages from the gal. I get really passionate because I don't want anybody else to be in the situation. I try to tell my friends, I don't want to see him get divorced. Because I know my friend I talked about earlier, if he gets divorced, I don't think he can make it. Sweet Padre, good to see you. Illy Gilly, feed your friends seed by seed. Yes. Little bits. I stay away from married women and single mothers. I don't like mess. I don't like the mess communicating with these folks. Yes. That's very, 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 very good wisdom right there. I lived with a single mother, donated thousands. All you are is a donation machine. Let's be real. You're only the dad until you have the discipline. You're the dad when it comes to provisioning. Isn't that funny how it works? Yeah, 18 years, filed appeals, put me in contempt. Yeah, I'm telling you, just John Boston knows. He probably went a little bit further than I did. She finally caved in. But the amount of anxiety and the delusion they go through, they literally believe, And a woman won't even follow a divorce decree. They think that because they're a woman, they can do whatever they want, even though a judge has ruled. I told you about my friend who started living with a gal, never got married, and he tried to kick her out. She went to court. He had to move out. The judge in Oregon granted her, after 18 months of dating, full occupation of that house. And then when it sold, he had to give her half. He wasn't even married to her. And knew her for 18 months. And of course, bamboozled by her beauty and her charisma. Guys, women know exactly what they're doing. I see a hot chick. Sure. And you have to remind yourself what's behind the face and the eyeballs. Female nature. You never quit my lease on my apartment. She wanted me to. I never did. I got burned. Came back to an apartment that was waiting for me. Helped me start over. At least you got out of that, man. Good for you. Don't quit, persevere. Single moms will drain your energy and resources. Then you never get to see them anyways. They got custody issues, baby daddies, ex-baby daddies in the picture. They got, it's just horrible. And usually they have opposite schedules because, see, they all divorce their husbands. 80% of them divorce their husbands, which means your schedules on the weekend are opposite anyways. You're going to have to pay for a stupid babysitter. And then they're going to run home at 9:15 because the baby's crying. Massively hypergamous. I remember when I was in, hey, Blaster M, I was in a S-list unique. Then I found the pill and realized the bait and switch was 100% the norm. Yep. Ben WizKid, good to see you. A Nawalt should be considered to not exist. Cyberzoni says, yep. AWalt, absolutely. Yep. S-list marriages are very common. Good for you, John. Yeah, you got to fight. I fought, and it cost a lot, but it was worth every penny, and I got what I wanted. But what more than anything, she knows how I stood up to her, and she respects that, even though she won't ever admit it. I never caved. So even though they're total like whack jobs, there is some sort of degree of the fact that you fought. So I take solace in that. I've been in the market for a new primary care physician, Reverend says. Surprisingly difficult to find a male doctor. That's interesting. Being a doctor in today's world is a very difficult, number one, I'm in the healthcare industry. I deal with hospitals. A lot of them aren't doing it. Just the headache, the red tape, the malpractice, the government issues. It's a total shit show. Blah. Okay, let's go. What else got? Clifford89, I want to share yours and Coach Greg Adams' content. Go for it. Go for it. Anything you can do to help save a life is all I care about. Mr. Yamabito, I follow the healthy tenets of defensive masculinity. No marriage, no cohab, no chill. Not even as close friends. I do everything outside. No chameleons at home. Good for you. You're going to be happier. Listen to the guys that were married, that had kids. Guys, I was married, love my kids, try to love my wife and have a good family. It didn't work. I was still miserable. And lonely. Most marriages, men are lonely. You're last. There's no affection. There's no appreciation for you. You're just a walking 2x4 card with 16 digits. Mothers are the main reasons kids get messed up. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. A masculine, I was told I was a ruthless father because I wanted structure and routine. And my kids to do chores, which was clean their room, do the dishes, clean their bathrooms. Guess what she wanted? A house cleaner. So her kids could hang out on the phones and play Xbox all day. Desmond Faulkner, hey, what's up, big brother? From another mother. Damn right. Good to see you in here. Matt Downer, Nawalt should be extinct like dinosaurs. They are extinct. And I realized in 95 I had my life ahead of me. Damn right you do. Damn right you do. Yep. Do you think it's not worth it to try to talk to a woman at your job? I would not dip your pen in the company ink. It never ends well. She can say all sorts of things. You could be out of a job. Again, if you need to hit and quit, there's a lot of options outside of work. Right? Never date at work. Yep. Do not dip your pen in the company ink. I never did. Halcyon Rocky, Halcyon Rocky. Women complain against society. Good to see you, by the way. When people speak against them and love it when it benefits. There you go. You just nailed it. Womanism right there. You work to earn money. You're not there to make friends. You're only there because you're making money. Once there's no money, you're not hanging out with any of them, right? You were lucky. Pulled favors from friends in grad schools who are also attorneys. Yeah. Yeah, listen to the guys. Do not hit at work. It never, ever 100% ends well. And you probably have some sort of HR code that says you cannot do that. Jimmy Kramer, make money and save money. Enjoy life and your freedom. Absolutely. And that's the programming one wakes up from. When you realize a woman should be a compliment that lives in a different house and is for one purpose only, back scratches and peace leave. And if she can make dinner, that's a bonus. Could you explain the 6-week rule to us? Ben WizKid says, yes. If you meet a gal you like, remember these 3 tenets. No marriage, no long-term, no cohab. Go back to her place. She invites you. After the first 2 to 3 throws is obviously laying horizontal, you will eventually find the dopamine wears off. Around the 6-week time, you're done. She's done. And you move on. That's my rule. Now, you might extend it to 8 weeks, but don't go past 8 weeks. All the dopamine and giddiness is gone, especially from her. You start seeing the real thing. Out. Hope that helps. Let's see. Court 67212. Thank you for your channel. Going through a divorce. She left me to be with another guy, stole my house, and broke our family and feels nothing. I know what that feels like, and so does John Boston, and so does a million other guys. You're in the right place. Send me an email if you want. rebelagainstdefeat@gmail. Here's what you do. And John Boston, you guys give this guy advice. Give Court 67 some advice. You do not put her on a pedestal. She is now dirty water to you. She disrespected you and the family and the bonds that she had. That simpy guy that's hitting it, she's going to bounce from him. He might be the best thing in your life right now. Taking that good-for-nothing, mouthy, disrespectful woman off your hands. And you might not see it right now because right now, go watch my video, Reality versus Fantasy. Go watch it if you haven't watched it already. She is a disrespectful cheater. That is a reality. The fantasy, she's your wife you married on the wedding day. She had your first kid. He loved you at one point. She doesn't exist. That woman died. Go watch my video. I think it's 2 or 3 ago. Reality versus fantasy. That's how I got through it. And this is the next thing you do, Court. You take a piece of paper, you write pros and cons. I guarantee those cons will be 7 to 1. And you read it every time you feel sad. That's what I got through. They do complement your life just for short term. Back scratches, peace leave, and maybe blackened chicken salad. Desmond Faulkner, what do you think about attractive women with father issues? I've dated a couple of them. After 4 weeks, you'll see what happens. They take all of the frustration that their father wasn't in their life on you. Just got out of a situation with the girl seems heartless. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they're very promiscuous too. Good for you, man. Walk away. John Boston, man. Court sucks. I tell you, man. Welcome to the divorce club. Don't take her back, dude. They're all mine cheated, man. Do not bathe in the dirty water. That's a disrespectful, mouthy woman that quit, that poked holes in your canoe while you were rowing it with your 3 kids. Write it down. See you later, Matt. Why does Western society hate men's happiness so much? Because men are the builders and the creators. Why did people hate Michael Jordan? Right? People hate it when we're successful. They want to tear us down. Men are predominantly the more successful gender. And they're trying to take it away. Blaster Master. I was divorced once, never again. Yeah, listen to these guys, man. Listen, Coach Greg Adams, listen to his story. He's been in court 8 years. He started defending himself. And I think the judge finally told that gal to get the hell out. The system has to change. Yeah, don't let that woman take you down, court. And if you start feeling sad, you start watching the Crimson Capsule. And there is no such thing as a happy fairy tale, as Reverend talks about. It is not real. Yeah. She poked holes in the canoe while I was rowing it, and it eventually sunk, and she jumped into the next canoe. Mm-hmm. And she's going to do the same thing. Guys, here's the deal with the women. What happens to you will be done to the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy. And that's the cold, hard truth. You got to realize that. They don't love us. Took me a while to realize that. That's why you get in, get out. It's a 6-week rule. No emotions involved. It's all purely physical. Just act like a dog, a stray dog. Get in and get out a couple times. Find the next one. Mr. Yamabito, if Nawalt is the case and they say they are exception, then why is the bait and switch so pervasive in all committed relationships and even in the marriage? Yeah. Ask them what they bring to the table. Seriously, if a woman had no attractiveness to her physique, I'll let you decide, think about what I just said, what use would they be in our lives? She has told me if I blank with her, she will destroy my life. That's par for the course. Mine said the same thing. I'm living in an apartment while she stays in the house we bought together. I bought my house together. I had to move out. I know exactly what that's like. You find the best possible attorney and you pay him a lot of money. And you make sure he knows everyone in that court system. He knows the paralegals. He knows the commissioners. He knows everybody. You quiz him. If you're finding an attorney, you quiz that attorney. Who do you know in this district court? Who do you golf with? Guys, it's who you know. This is what she said is par for the course. They all say it. Ask John Boston. Yep, it's broken. So you get the best attorney, court. You keep your mouth shut. You stay away. You be the best father that you can be. You pay your obligations. And you let crazy eventually rear its head. Yeah. John Boston, absolutely. Mine tried to tell me our house was worth $500. It was worth $800. We had to get 3 different appraisals. Guess how much it sold for? My appraisal. Slam Caves, nice guys finish last. That is the absolute 100% truth of the century. Cyberzoni, all the systems have been under siege for decades. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I mean, if you guys like Alex Jones, check his stuff out. But there is something about the NWO. There is something that's weird. And the one we had leading our country tried to do the best that he could. And what happened on November 3rd is a travesty. And everybody knows what happened. And there's a ton of angry people. So if you guys are back east, Be very careful next week. Yes, young boy Jason. They are simps. Women use the courts and the police to enforce their emotional behaviors. Mm-hmm. What are the best places to live in the U.S.? I would look for a red state. Simple as that. And if there's a red state with a blue city, stay out of the blue city. Stay in red states. Although a lot of these red states are turning blue. Look at Texas. Look at Arizona. Alaska's great. Montana. Depends on where in Montana. Idaho. Although a lot of Californians. Utah's still okay. Wyoming is pretty dope. Just look for very Republican states. Good for you, John. That's an honor to be called the most difficult client. Good for you. Because you fought. You weren't status quo like the rest of them want. Do I think the current family laws will change, Clifford? Nope. Court 67212. She has left the next guy already and stole power tools. Oh, jeez. You're dealing with the class act, right? I have a kid with her, and the 180 has changed my outlook on how women. Yeah, you never knew that gal. Nor did I know my wife. You know when I found out who my wife was? 20 years later in divorce court. Never knew her before that. Good to see you, sound engineer. Look, have a great evening. I'm glad you could participate. Stay out of trouble out of Ukraine. Take care. Yeah, if she steals stuff and sells them and you've got proof, but they'll figure out a way. Her attorneys will figure out a way. He owed her the money. She bought the tools for him and never used them and owed some back bill. They'll make something up. Good to see you, MGTOW Life. Hang in there. Have fun in Palm Springs. Red states turn blue mostly by false dominion. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, man. I mean, after 200 plus years, typical societies fail. I mean, that's basically the trajectory of countries. If you look in history, they fall apart and break up due to a civil war. Who knows? I don't know what will happen. If you're in that East Coast, stay away. Just hunker down in your house, get a case of water, get a couple of pieces of steak, keep the TV on. That's what I think. Why do women tell men that they dated them because they felt sorry for them? Just another way to listen. Women love negative and positive attention, so that would probably fall in that category. It's also solipsistic for them to say that, like they're a god saving somebody, like they're the savior of that relationship. No surprise, they're very emotional. When my ex filed for divorce, a false hearing, that is when I knew who I married. Yes, me too. When I got the paperwork, I knew who I married. Jeez Louise, all the lies that were in it. Oh my gosh. My attorney had a heyday. I thought I knew her and marriage vows meant what they meant. Of course, to men, we're logical. We put an investment in. That's why we hate to quit. Women don't understand that. They will jump. Understand Brafalt's law. Understand hypergamy. Understand the Duluth model. Most likely, she was planning your divorce a month after you married her. They're not dumb. They have game plans. And that is no joke. That is no joke. And that's the sad state of affairs men are in today. And that's why we're trying to wake everybody up to say, look, don't put your heart in it, man. Stay out of marriage. Stay out of LTRs. Stay out of cohab. Don't have kids. It pains me to tell guys not to have kids, but it's too risky. The alienation, the allegations, it's not worth it. I mean, a buddy of mine took his life because his wife would not allow him to see his kids, and that destroyed him. He loved his kids. Mm-hmm. You'll heal. You just keep listening to these red vids. That's all I got to tell you. Good for you, young boy Jason. That is one smart 20-year-old right there. Just living with one is 10 digits away from locking you up for several months, if not years, guys. Were you married to a Colombian woman? No. I was married to a white nurse. And nurses have the highest degree of affairs of any woman deal. So that's where you're at. Yeah. Zidane won fair and square. Of course he did in China. Guys, the Republic is now in a literal infinite shit show. There is only one way to fix it, and it's not pretty. Bruno Miguel, compliments from Portugal. Obrigado. I am following you for a while, and your teachings combined with my last woman. Everything you say have been proven by her about women's nature. Well, thank you. I don't consider myself a teacher. Just my experience, I hope, will teach others and other commenters on our forum and that what we've been through. I guess it doesn't matter wherever you're at in the world, Portugal, Ukraine, Mexico, Morocco, we're dealing with female nature. Female nature is no joke, yo. Yes, Jay Ryder, nurses are notorious, and they're easy to throw down. You know why they're easy to throw down? Because they're cheaters. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And mine cheated on me, which hurt. But I healed. I healed. And every one of you guys that have gone through it can be in a better situation as well. It takes a while to uncover the reality from the fantasy, understand that the fairy tale was never real, that we were bamboozled, that no longer could we look at another gender opposite of us with the same charisma and desire as we once did. Ask the guys that have gone through it. Do they look at women the same as they once did? Breakups, cheaters. Illy Gilly just had an Indian nurse. Wasn't bad. No, I don't think so. They're very good with their gyrations, but never get long term. They'll go for the next guy. Trust me. In and out. If you can get one or two throws, bonus. Yeah, nurses are the worst, man. I think that's one of the biggest occupations in the PORN industry for videos. Okay, Court, I want to be to your level so bad. You made it through the lies and BS and are so much stronger. I watch your channel. Good. Just keep watching. That's all I can tell you. Watch every part. Watch Coach Greg Adams. He went through a hell. I mean, the guy was living in his car, alienated, false blankety blank. I know what it's like. I moved out into an apartment. She was in my big house with all the furniture, hardly anything. That first night without my kids was horrible. I know what it's like. So send me an email if you want to talk more. I'd be more than happy to get you through it. Some tips and just listen to you. Mike Butler, hey, new here, great channel. Hey, thanks, man. I've seen you comment a few times. Appreciate it. Yes, it is a very difficult pill to swallow. When you realize that everything you believed and were taught is not right. When you believe that sugar and sweet is not the truth, that behind those eyes and that mental, the mentality and the beauty is somebody that is a creature that will destroy you regardless. You can give her half of your heart physically and she'll take you down. Thomas Scapegoat, good to see you. Is knowledge and open discussion with women an inoculant to toxic feminine peer pressure? Can we collectively talk to these women to explain where the disc? No. The only thing you can say to a woman is, I can't imagine what you're going through. That's it. All right, Batman. I'll check it out, brother. You cannot, Tom, you cannot talk to them. Ever. You can explain to them the gender differences, that they look for protectors and providers as we. So now they're there. You can't talk to them. You kidding me? In fact, they get hit and quit, pumped and dumped, and they still don't understand it. They still don't understand why guys don't want to be with them. They think it's the guy's fault. You just listen. You can't fix stupid. Mr. Yamabito, if I say to them, I am a Nawalt, but see them the same sign, shaming, insults, guilt trips, and need to be right and entitled. There you go. SIGN. There you go. They are too entitled. Yep. See you later, Mike. Appreciate your appearance. Let's see. Censored MGTOW. Is the black comunidad hypocritical? They organize and unionize, but then cry when blank people say anything in defense of themselves. I would agree. I mean, Coach Greg Adams talks about that, sure. A lot of single mothers with boys being raised by single, I think it's 80% single mothers in that community. Yeah. It's not good to be raised by a single mother if you're a male. Yeah, never mention it. They don't get it. Good for you, Court. You're not alone, man. I know what it's like. And I know what it's like. But I made it. I remember I had a buddy that went through divorce, and he's like, you know, you're going to get through it. And he went through hell in a handbasket. And he said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I said to him at that time? Oh, there's a light. It's burnt out. And there's no Ace Hardware around to put a new light in. That's how I felt. It was tough. But I talked to my buddies, and I watched a lot of these videos, and I hit and quit a couple, and I slowly got over it. But there's nothing you can say. You don't want that gal back. Don't even entertain it. I know you've probably entertained it. I know you've probably said to yourself, I could have been better. I could have done things differently. We all said that. But the reality, she would have done the same thing regardless of how great of a man you are, and you're probably a stand-up dude. She's damaged goods. It's over. Now you build yourself up. You pick yourself up. You watch these videos. You listen to guys like ourselves that have been through it, that have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in divorce, that have had our kids alienated. It's horrible. And yet there's nothing in the legal system that can help you. Men are set up to fail. You bond with other men. Send me an email. We'll keep the discussion going. Yep, emotionally detached from her. Write your list down, pros and cons, and read it every hour. I still got mine on my phone. It's been 6 years. No, she did not, Jay. No, she made about 60. She tried to get alimony. She screwed herself. Mine wanted over 8, under 10K in alimony. Guess how much she got? That's because I had a great attorney. Illy Gilly, she couldn't last a year as a single. No, they can't. They can't raise boys, first of all. Is having kids without getting married. Okay, I wouldn't do it. Not the fact that I don't love my kids. It's too risky. It's as simple as that. It is too risky. Get a dog. It's just too risky, man. I got to tell guys, hey, can I just have kids with some contract? Now that woman can come back anytime and breach the contract. Trust me, women have more rights than men when it comes to kids in court. Don't make the same mistake. Do you think the red pill message will become mainstream? No. It's gaining, but no, there's too many simps, too much white knighting, blue knight. I mean, when you're watching these huge celebrity divorces, I guarantee Dr. Dre will go back and marry some other gal. Small town women versus big city cosmopolitan, I don't think there's a difference. They might last a couple more weeks. How about that? One of the first videos I watched of yours, I made the list more than double the cons. There you go. Read them every day. Just read them. Get that in you. You'll start to realize what kind of person she became. I know love can blind. Absolutely, man. The fantasy versus reality. That's what, see, here's the problem. The problem is this. Your mind, I learned this a long time ago. Your mind does not want to accept what happened. Okay? So it's trying to figure out ways to fix it. It's revisioning. It's revising everything you did. Oh, I could have been better. I could have done this. Maybe I should do this. Your mind is trying to accept it or to fix it. The moment, court, you accept it, you say, I accept the fact that she cheated on me. I accept the fact that I'm going through a divorce. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks what she did. But the moment you accept it and you believe it, your mind is going to go to lengths to make that acceptance a reality. It's going to put new opportunities in your path, new friends, new videos, all sorts of things. But until you accept it, your mind's going to keep trying to fix it. That's Psychology 101. So just tonight, write it down. I accept what she did. I accept she cheated on me, moved in with another guy. I accept that I'm going through a divorce and it sucks. I accept how I feel right now. Okay, and read that. Shout out, you're a great attorney every time you get a chance. Yeah, they're stuck in the mess too. My attorney said he had 5 kids. He goes, man, if my wife divorced, I give her everything and just leave. He knows. He's best in the state. Found him through a judge. 2 judges. He was representing 6 divorce attorneys going through their own divorces and 1 judge at family court. That's how good he is. Even judges and attorneys go through divorce, guys. You think female nature stops with an attorney or a judge? F no. This is female nature. Protect yourselves emotionally, financially, physically, legally, and mentally. I might get a little, upbeat about this because I truly care, man. I truly care about people. I wish I had people that helped me. But now it's a lot bigger than it's ever been. And youngsters have channels. Older guys. This shit's real, man. It's a daily struggle. Absolutely. You see a hot chick? I got a gal that's texting me. Guys, if you saw what she looked like, she wanted me to go to the weekend with her. No. And I got to just remove and just say, I'm hanging out with my boys tonight. But number one, it's not hard to get women in today's world. Every single one of you can do it. Number 2, you got to know what you're getting and dealing with. You got to still remember, don't go out with a loaded, you know what I'm saying? Cognitive dissonance. Ox1, good to see you, brother. Yes, it is. That's what it's called. Absolutely. I'll never get married, Desmond. That's like biblical wisdom right there. Good for you. That's what Paul in the Bible talked about. Single men, don't get married. 2020 years ago talked about that. Mike P, find a career you find fulfilling. Get a nice home, worry about numero uno. Get a motorcycle, start lifting weights. Ride a bike. Get into some clubs. Learn archery. Learn to cook. I did see that movie, Divorce Court. Absolutely. When I was going through a divorce. Fernando Wakiyama, hey, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Glad you could join us. Is it a bad idea to use Tinder once in a while for some quick action? I don't think so. No. Just don't take them back to your place. Have some text messages. Always glove up. And then when you're done, just give them a back rub or something. Make them feel special. Next day, send them a text. Oh, that was a wonderful. They'll send something like an emoji back. Screenshot that, put in your phone. That's how you do it. You want evidence that they were into it too. Unless you're in England, or I guess they have a 48-hour rule that if the woman is upset, she can claim other things afterwards. Mr. Yamabito Rad, don't hit a 10 when you can get a better lay from a 5 or 6. I'll follow Paul, not the Beetle, the Apostle. Yeah, I mean, I've never done a 10. I would say an 8.5. A couple of them. Yeah, but usually 5s and 6s are pretty good. There's no 8s or 9s or 10s over 40. There's no 8s, 9s, or 10s over 30. Get my drift? There's probably 8s over 30, but that's as far as they go. There's nothing over 10. Nothing over 8. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Good to see you too, brother. Be safe. Always glove up. I probably would not go down, and I would have you be at her place with text messages. Like, you can be goofy. Like, hey, baby. Oh, you look great. Just, oh, thank you. You're so nice. They send those stupid little emoji kisses. Screenshot it, put it in your phone, archive it. And then when you're done, stay for an hour, 2 hours. Don't spend the night. Send them a text when you get home. Oh, that was great. I'm thinking about you. But, simp it up so that you've got some sort of dialogue. I believe Timmy Kramer is right. Yes. Absolutely. We need a man gathering. I'd love to come down to Phoenix. Jay Ryder, so many updated pictures of Pandia fish. Even Match, man. I mean, it's 2021. You should see some of these pictures. It's ridiculous. Practicing sports and drinking sometimes has been better than relationships. That's biblical right there, my friend. Good for you. Keep it like that. Thanks, Reverend. I appreciate it. I just try to give my experience and get excited about helping others. That's it. I'm no different than any. I think the best one is CGA. Number one, he's funny, but he's on topic and he's damn good. I mean, there's great people. There's great people on the forum. Freaky Jersey, Batman's got some stuff. MGTOW Life does things. Reasonable MGTOW, I like his stuff. He doesn't post a lot. I like John Nada. He's more of a black pill incel type. I don't think he's incel. I think he's more black pill. He's got some good stuff. Jaded Creep. He's good. I like his stuff. He doesn't post. I think he posts like once every 6 months, but I like his stuff. Go through a lot of his stuff. He talks a lot about dating on on these Tinder sites. Dear Rad, 20. You will give me 20 Hail Marys and 20 throwbacks of Corona, and I will forgive you. Yep, bar leagues. Yeah, meet someone. Look, get into mountain biking, get into road cycling, get into lifting weights, get into whatever. You'll meet people. That's getting in the sack. Yeah, he's great. John Nada's great. He's got some Urban Red Pill. I mean, there's some good dudes. I like a lot of the black guys that do red pill stuff. I think they're spot on. They're smart as hell. And I think they understand it from an early age based on their upbringing. Coach Craig Adams was raised by a single mother. I'm not a big fan, although I did listen to Red Pill Men's Health for a while. I think a lot of his stuff's the same. I could care less about celebrities and stuff like that. But I do know he has a following, and I appreciate that he's out there pushing his stuff. I don't really listen to him as much anymore. I don't listen to Anthony Spade. He actually posted on my channel. He pissed me off, and he deleted it right away. But, hey, he's if you're extending, these are my personal opinions. If he's extending this knowledge, that's all I care about. Because there's an audience for everyone. Not everybody likes me, so it's all right. Thanks, young boy. Appreciate all your guys' representation in the channel. Some dating sites filing for a public offering. Wow. Well, that just tells you they want people to be on the dating site forever. They know that it doesn't work. It's not a bad business model if you think about it, because all the gals that were on Tinder 6 years ago are still on today. Court 67, thank you. Your channel has helped me more than you know. I'm 36, knowing there's a life. Oh, you're in a perfect position, man. I was 43 in 18 years. So you have plenty of time to kick ass. Trust me. Send me, and listen, keep in touch. If you need to send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. That's for anybody. I will respond, and everybody that knows that I respond, I will respond. Don't quit, persevere. Book of Abraham or BOA? What's BOA? Thinking Ape. Oh, I've heard of Thinking Ape. What else we got here? You ever left a big dump at a chick's house? Yes. 20 Hail Marys and a half a bottle of, it depends on the wine, unless you're doing like a Cab or a Pinot Noir or something like that, right? Or maybe even a Sauvignon Blanc. I like that. See ya, Timmy. Go rip it up, brother. He's going to be on the golf course tomorrow at 8 o'clock with his buddies Married and Miserable. George Bruno. I like his stuff. I do like George Bruno. I like a lot of that. I'm not into I used to like Richard Cooper stuff, but I think he's more about pushing dating. And he's got a lot of these dating coaches on. So, whatever floats his boat. He has helped some guys. MGTOW Cowboy, quick question. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin? I got some. Was looking at a 4-unit apartment complex a couple days ago. I almost have enough for a down payment. Do it. Have 3 other people pay your rent, and you'll increase. Rent's going through the roof, man. If you can get an apartment, you can probably raise those rates 30% next year. You're going to be fine. Just make sure it's in good working condition. You don't have to replace roofs and foundation issues and shit like that. But if it's in solid condition, I would go for it. That's a solid position. Bumble? Really? Wow. Is that the first? Isn't Match.com or eHarmony public? I can't remember. Women on OnlyFans struggling to pay bills. I feel no sympathy for them, Batman says. Yes, I saw that Coach Craig Adams did something on that. I just think OnlyFans, why would you have to pay for something that's universally free out there? What's your opinion on escorts? Well, they understand the transaction. No feelings involved. You get in and get out. It's not a bad idea, but they outlawed them because marriage was more beneficial to the state than escorts. I think in Nevada, where they have it legal, it's very expensive to get a license to be one of those escort or bunny ranches. But guys pay $1,200-$1,500 for a 2-hour throwdown. If it's worth it to you, that's cheaper than a year being married by probably 100 times. You have a beach well that thinks she's a 10. Oh, yeah, absolutely. What's funny? When I lived in the apartment when I first moved out, this gal, she walked around, she's probably 250. She thought she was the cat's meow. She was out there in a bikini by the pool, her friggin' spare tires. She had like 6 spare tires, just disgusting. And some guy hit it. Some guy from Southwest Airlines hit her, got with her. Ugh. That's simping, guys. A pilot. Book of Alpharonomy. Gotcha. Okay, I know that channel. Wow, Bumble's going to hit it. Jeez, they're making that kind of money. Why do they need so much more money? I don't understand. How are they going to grow? How do you suggest dealing with BS from provocative simps and feminized dudes? Just stay away from them, man. Be a masculine man. The best way to piss those guys off is to be even more masculine. Play heavy metal. Drive a big truck. Lift weights. Talk with a deep voice. Eat red meat. How do you say, okay, yep. Real estate is good, but you better have renters that can pay. Yes, that's the one downside. Getting calls that your furnace goes out at night, but sift through those renters pretty good. Maybe use a property management company. They don't charge too much, but maybe they can filter quite a bit of that. You'll eventually gain in the end, but you're going to jump over pennies for dollars right now, not dollars for pennies. Remember that. You want to jump over pennies for dollars. Thought on Steph's cold content. I haven't seen his stuff. I'll have to check it out. Yep. John's right. Match is public. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's the same people still on it. Carbon, good evening, Crimson gentlemen. What's new? Hey, we're just talking about Nawalt. Glad to see you. I got a few more minutes, and then I'm off to the watering hole with a couple of gents. One is a simp, and I'll hear his. I'll get some more content for another video. Dude, they're so whacked. I'm telling you. I used to be that guy. Batman, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. They do provide us value and service, and there's no strings attached. I mean, they get it. And that for that hour, an hour and a half, they know exactly what they're doing to make that man be a repeat customer. They don't lay there. That's another benefit. Divorce Court is a good documentary to watch. Fernando, I did watch it. Watched it twice 4 years ago. I know this 49-year-old John says is like 200 pounds. She told me she gets hit by black guys all the time. Yeah, dude, there was a gal that lived above me. She's probably 275. She had guys that played for Texas Tech. She had a guy that got drafted by Atlantic Hawks, coming in at 9 o'clock at night, leaving at 1 in the morning. Multiple times. And other basketball players. Ugh, I can't. It's no. I typically will not hang out with a gal that's over 120 pounds. That's just me. Despite George Bruno and Richard Cooper promotion dating, the dudes have a lot of. Yeah, I agree. Richard Cooper's got some good stuff. You just got to filter some of his stuff. But yeah, I think there's two camps, right? There's a Rolo and Richard camp, and then there's the Anthony Dream Johnson camp where Coach Greg Adams is hanging out, which I prefer that camp over. Again, dating coaches are obsolete in today's world. How is a dating coach going to tell you? You know how you stand out with dating? Guys, I'll give you a ton of money advice right here. To gain a woman's attention, remove yours. Simple as that. If you're going to go up to someone and cold approach, hey, my name's so-and-so, what's yours? That's it. It's the best pickup line ever. Don't do what the other guys do. She's got 80 to 100 guys doing the exact same thing, saying the stupid same ass line, sending the stupid emojis. Don't do any of that crap. Does being yourself actually work? Yes, 100%. If you're not yourself, you're nobody. Cooper is okay, but the block comments on his channel only for subs. Yeah, he's just a different guy. He's building a brand. He's got a business. He's all right. I watched something the other day with him. I like his stuff, his early stuff. But he's in a relationship now, so I think he's got a little purple going on. Does that make sense? But he does adhere to the no marriage or no cohab. But I think his LTRs are still in the game. Now he's fine with that. I did watch Shallow Hal with George Costanza and Jack Black. That's what these guys see in these gals. No, I'm serious. 120 pounds. Last guy I was with, she was 5'3", 101. She had fake up top, hot. I did date a gal that was about 150, but she was 5'9". And for that size, that's a decent. So maybe 160. Gorgeous though. But no, I typically like smaller, 5'3" or 5 foot to 5'3", 5'4". The gal that wanted me to go with her tonight was 5'5". Probably 110. Nice rack. Obviously manufactured, but whatever. George Bruno is a psychologist. Yeah, I like his stuff. I mean, I don't watch him as much as there's only so much I can watch in the day. I prefer Coach Greg Adams. he does 8 hours a week, and I speed all that crap up. You guys want to like a tip? Watch it all on 1.75 or 2. It'll take you a video or 2 to get used to it, but you get the same content quicker. Carbon, good luck, my man. A mediation didn't work for me, but hopefully it works. Remember, women want everything under the sun, and they believe that they're entitled, and those kids are that kid is her prize. Remember, never reward a woman for divorcing you. Never reward a woman because she disrespects you. Remember that. She ain't a lady unless she weighs 380. Oh, I like that. That's a good rhyme. Yo, Rebel, how tall are you? 5'10". 5'10 and a half. Probably 5'10". I probably shrunk. I like Asian, but man, are those women picky. I dated a half Japanese gal. It was amazing. She had 2 little kids. Dated her for about 4 weeks. I still keep in touch with her every now and again. She's got a new boyfriend that's simping. This guy's, she's 35. She's a TV celebrity out here, and she's got a guy that's never been married and wants to marry her. Again, everything we're talking about. Guy comes in, beautiful women, 2 kids, and her kids are young, 3 and 6 or something. I'll hit and quit a single mom. Again, I'll hit and quit a single mom. Do you guys get that? If they're hot, and if I follow my rules. If dating coaching was a sport, they'd be 1 in 10 out of 11 games. They'd never make the playoffs, right? Good, Carbon. 50-50, good. Set in the divorce. She's just mad because I wouldn't let her take kid on vacation on Christmas Day. I expected this, so I'm ahead so far. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I know, I didn't have my kid for the first 9 days, the winter break. I get him the last 2. But he's got an older brother. He has an older brother and an older sister, which are mine. And they can do what they want because they're adults now. So I'll send my son with his older brother and sister because they go together. So when your kids get older, you need to keep that philosophy. What's better for the kid? And my son's like, I want to stay with you, Dad. No, you're going with your brother and sister. Okay, you guys are going to last longer than I am on this earth. And I want you to be with your brother and sister. I don't want just your mother and I to be divorced. I don't want you to be divorced from your brother and sister. So I can see where you're at, but sometimes there's going to come a time where you want, and maybe it's the only kid. If it's the only kid, then we're talking about a different story. So if it's the only kid, you follow the protocol that the court set forth. Mike P, Vietnamese. I think some Vietnamese gals are hot. You know who I think are the hottest Koreans or Asian? South Koreans. Dang, those girls are attractive. Have you ever dated an honest size queen? No. She dumped me. I didn't have a 10-inch minimum. Jeez. I mean, you can't even fit a 10-inch in. Go listen to that comedian. What's his name? The fat one that died. He was funny as crap. Frankie. What was his name? He talks about the size of a wiener. You can't even fit. I mean, if they have a 12, it's halfway going in. What? So, I think girth is more important. Only child. Okay, then you're fine. You stay to that custody. You had her on Christmas, she gets it the next day. You stay with that. Good for you. You didn't do anything wrong. If you followed that court order and that decree, you're fine. Nothing she can do about it. Since it's a state statute based on the petitioner or the respondent or what you guys set up in court. So next year she'll have them on Christmas. Have that baby on Christmas. Exactly, man. A 10-inch, geez. I don't think there's, unless that woman is one loose gal, there's no way. A woman's inners can take about a 5 or 6 inch, 7 maybe. I mean, the more up, you're knocking through walls. No, and that's going to hurt them. Ox one, that's funny. Well, listen, you guys have been awesome. Keep it real. Remember, masculinity, men first, and chase excellence. Rebel against defeat.